PTG, Proxy Table Gaming. I am Hyper G with lucky sixes as always.
Tech
How are you?
is here.
TEC, Tech, lovingly known as Tech, the English Championships.
C.
Very nice. You did nearly T, two E's there.
T to C. F.
E to the E to the C. Yeah, so been waiting for this for a little while. Been building up the hype. Been looking forward to it.
The weekend has been and gone. We're recording straight away, up to date.
We've literally been home less than 16 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, and yeah, we're straight into recording content for you, not you, lucky sixes.
Not me. Is it?
No.
Not for my purposes.
No. Yeah, so we're going to kick off with Saurians, played by yours truly, myself, and drawn up against Daniel Winter, who I asked him, do you prefer Dan or Daniel? And he said, just call me Winter. I was like, oh, okay.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
'Tis the season.
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah, he's playing Ogres. Quite a gun line, fun line. First round, draw in circle and secure target. And here's his list. So, yeah, 2 Shaman Adepts, one with Pyro, one with Thaumaturgy. The latter of which has Liger's Tongue, which immediately stands out like a massive beacon of, oh no, my Saurian warriors, of which I am heavy, only now have 1 attack against him.
Yeah, man.
That's not great. Khan with Brace of Ogre Pistols and Viper's Curse, which I found interesting that it sneaks into the no category, despite the fact it is quite clearly a shooting weapon and a shooting enhancement.
Cool.
And combined with what you will see is 6 Merc Vets with Ogre Pistols, 5 Bombardiers, 3 Bombardiers, and 3 Bombardiers. Those 4 units max out the shooting category. Yeah. But then his Khan sneaks in with a Brace of Ogre Pistols.
Issue is you'd have to have the whole model for a shooting.
Yeah, true.
So
exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, it's 4 shots, always hitting on 4s, strength 4, poisoned, AP 2. So it's not bad shooting. So, yeah, and then in core, 9 Bruisers with the Swiss Ride banner, 6 Tribesman Rending banner. There's his shooting. Frost Mammoth with shooting. Also not in the shooting category, but then that's just because they got crossbows on top of them, a mammoth. You can't count that as shooting. Same argument. And then 2 Slave Giants with Iron Fists. Very nice. My Saurian list is how my practice games have gone. Overall, had 5 practice games, one of which hasn't been on the channel because we're recording the actual tournament battles before the last practice one.
Yeah, we'll save them for a rainy day.
Save them for another time. Yeah. So of the 5 practice battles, even, nearly, 2-3 or 3-2, depending on how that last one goes. So feeling all right about my list going in. You know, I didn't tweak it after any practice battles or anything like that. The first one I lost heavy and tweaked, but the other 4, they were all the same list. Yeah, and there it is. I'm not going to go through it because, you know,
you've seen it before, folks. You've seen it before.
But my mini projects, as you know, is the Temple Guard project. If they do well, then Temple Guard are good, etc. Yep. And then the other project is Ramphadons. Can the Ramphadons score more victory points than they give up? And as you see, they're worth 338. So if they overall can do more than 1,500 over the course of the tournament,
nice.
And I'd say that's a positive result.
Some good projects.
I suppose it's closer to 1,750, but yeah, over the course of 5 battles. So here we go. The Giants can't be deployed at that point. They didn't start there. Why did I think that's just my deployment. It must be. Yeah. So I mean,
So this was in circle and secure target.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I believe that we did 3 drops and then I deployed for first.
Yep.
So we've got the Ramphadons on the left-hand side, trying to basically put some pressure on early on a shooting list. Saurians Temple Guard, 2 Salamanders, one behind the other, because I figure with his shooting he might try and target them to take out my chaff. It isn't really much more than chaff the Salamanders, because burning ogres is never easy. Flamethrowers.
Sure.
You know, they're all resilience 4. They don't go down quite as easy as squishy elves or anything like that. Taurosaur and Stygosaur, all those 5 units all benefiting from the Fiber Pages, which is quite important against the gun line. And then over on the far side is 2 units of Saurian Warriors core. There's a big reason why they're over there, which we'll see in a minute.
So you went big centre and he went big flanks.
Yes, he chose the side and gave me big centre.
Sure.
And so his deployment was tribesmen on his right, our left as we're looking at it. 3 bombardiers just behind the forest. 1 giant, the big bruiser block with his shamans. Is it 1 shaman or 2? I think just 1 shaman at that point, the Pyro Liger's Tongue one. No, the Thaumaturgy Liger's Tongue one. Bombardiers, more bombardiers, bigger bombardiers with the other shaman. And on the other side, you had the Merc-Vets on the hill, which is probably why he chose that side and the big flank, to be honest.
Yeah.
With a mammoth and a giant over there as well. So, yeah, my chameleons decide, let's pepper some tribesmen.
Yep.
They have got a 5-up armor. Yeah, I think it's 5-up. But I figure, you know, that's okay. You know, I couldn't get to the giant without taking on his the other mark on the other side, without taking on the frost mammoth and stuff.
Sure.
So I figure try and deal with these with the rampedons. You can see I've toaded these tribesmen as well. So I figure take out this unit and then my chameleons can come in and start clinking. I'll try and call them chameleons for this. Chameleons. Anyway, yeah, I worked out that I could vanguard and then move behind him.
Awesome.
Which is amazing. I think Fred Brown came over at this point and said to Dan, "Did I not tell you 20 minutes ago, don't let his rampedons get behind you?" And Winter was like, "I know." So I was like, "Yay!" And he was like, "Oh." Yeah, and I've also toaded the bombardiers, the 3 bombardiers that are behind.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the end of my move, how I managed to get it, which is pretty cool for a flank charge, which is better for the rampedons than a rear charge. There's that. And then I move forward. I wouldn't say massively aggressively because of the Merc-Vets beyond the hill. I can't get too careful. Sure. And also his bruisers are moving 6 swift stride. And as much as I think Temple Guard can handle them, I would probably prefer after a magic phase or 2.
And to get the charge on them.
Yeah, and I wanted to prioritize doing some magic missiles against his big monsters.
At least you're going first in that scenario.
Exactly. Yeah. But you're right, the impact hits of ogres coming in does affect things. The reason I said I was going to go back to it, the core warriors on the right hand side, is secure target. One of them is bang in the middle underneath the forest, and the other one is directly behind the tower.
Okay,
where my 2 core Saurians are. So he put the one in the middle. I put the one 24 inches, 12 inches from my small flank. 12 inches from my small flank. So yeah, I could get 2 core Saurian warriors over there, and they were not planning on moving. You're within 6 inches until the very last turn, basically, or near enough. Yeah, that's just a picture of that side with the big chameleons moving up. I couldn't get both of them out of line of sight and in 12 inches, so I decided just to move one of them for now. Swarm of Insects does 2 wounds to that giant, which is cool. Silver Spike does 1 wound to the Frost Mammoth, so only 1 on the D3, but still wounding on a 4, so you got to be happy with that.
Yeah, man.
It could easily not wound. So, and then he dispels Spark of Creation. Either that or I failed to cast it. I can't remember, but it didn't go off. I think he dispelled it because they are my 3 offensive.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's quite a good phase, to be fair. 2 out of 3
exactly.
Spells.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
Yeah, man.
And so yeah, that's how it looks after turn 1. In his turn, he did he have a musician? I don't think he had a musician, so technically that was a wheel. Yeah, he wheeled that unit. That's right, he did have to wheel that unit. And he doesn't have a musician in the tribesmen either, so he had to reform them to just turn them around.
So you didn't do any wounds in shooting then to the tribesmen?
I did not do. No, I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did. No, because I mean, if I don't get many poisons, then I'm wounding on 6s, and he's got 5 up. Yeah, so I don't think I did any wounds at all. In fact, I think even the big unit tribesmen did a hard wheel rather than an actual reform.
But they haven't got shooting, have they? So it doesn't really matter for them.
No, they haven't got shooting, so it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Same result. His bruisers, meanwhile, have shuffled backwards, sidestepped backwards, and are now facing my Ramphadons. So they're prioritizing magic on the Ramphadons. He just wants the Ramphadons dead.
Yeah, sure.
Which is totally fine. I mean, he's got Hand of Heaven on Thaumaturgy. He's got Smite the Unbeliever to reduce resilience, potentially.
Yeah.
And he's got Fireball and Pyroclastic Flow.
Fair enough.
No, Fireball. Yeah, Pyroclastic Flow and Flaming Swords, I think.
Decent.
Yeah. So, you know, he can certainly hurt Ramphadons. He moves up this side. The giant can defend a wall, apparently, which I thought was a bit weird. You know, it's massive. But,
yeah.
And the Frost Mammoth moves up tentatively, not on the hill.
Is giant out of line of sight?
Of the Stygisaur, yes.
Okay.
Of both my monsters, yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean, I guess I could have done that differently. But I wasn't. I'm more worried about the Murvets, really.
Sure.
And yeah, the pistol and bombardiers are just chilling back, really, ready to shoot. He gets Smite to reduce the res of my Ramphadons and then shoots one off, I think. The only magic spell he gets is Smite. I've stopped the missiles.
Fair enough.
Basically, but it reduces them to res 2, and that means the bombardiers shooting three bombardiers shooting AP2. I only have a 5 of armor against it, and res 2, yeah. Actually quite happy to only lose 1.
Yeah, in the end.
You know. Or was it 1.5? Or was that 2? No, that's 2.5 actually. Maybe there was other shooting going on.
Sure.
But still, I've got two guys left. I wasn't too disappointed. They could have been deleted after all that attention. He also shoots at a salamander. There's 1 wound. Can't remember exactly who's shooting at what, but I know that the Taurosaur doesn't take any wounds when he targeted the Taurosaur, so he switched to the Stygisaur.
Yeah.
And did 2 wounds to that.
Where's your other salamander?
Oh, I think I may have moved him to the left-hand flank.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think he's dead. Yeah, I think I moved him to the left side.
Sure.
We'll see him in a minute. Going into my turn 2, I didn't fancy the frontal charge against the ogres with only 2 left. I think I would have done a number on them with my toad, but he'd have just killed me in return.
Sure.
So I figure let's just dance with these guys a bit and make him continue to focus on my ramps. So yeah, I just fly over. I passed my frenzy, which obviously would have.
Yeah, sure.
I said to Winter, in some ways, if I'd failed my frenzy, then it wouldn't have been my decision. I'd have had to have charged you. But yeah, I passed it and decided to play around. In the middle, I moved like this. Bruisers aren't facing me now, so Temple Guard just come, right, I'm coming to get you. You know? The giant is still facing me, but I don't care about that at all. There's the other salamander. And the smaller unit of core Saurians just basically is going for the secure target, so the Temple Guard don't have to stop and take and hold it.
Yeah.
Like the Temple Guard can just go gunning on forward. This Saurian
it's clever.
Stay and hold it.
I like that.
And yeah, the Taurosaur and the Styg just move to the right to face everything else.
Yeah, you can see it just underneath the
underneath the forest.
The forest at the top, yeah, to the right of your Temple Guard as well. So that's cool.
Just a little coin. Over here, I move the one that is out of line of sight of the giant, creep it forward a little bit, in case he fancies moving the giant forward and leaving me flank charges with the Saurian warriors. Because I'm wounding it on 5 and he's already taken 2 wounds. So I do actually quite fancy, even though the giant would swing with 7 attacks before my Saurian, at the same time as my Saurians, actually.
Oh, that's good, though.
Exactly, yeah. I think that hitting on 4s, the giant probably kills 1 or 2 Saurians, maybe.
I guess the issue is the stomp, really, more than anything.
The issue is the stomp, but I reckon that 21 attacks from Saurian warriors in the flank could actually do 5 wounds on a giant.
Would you get that many? 16, 17, more likely, isn't it?
What's that?
It'd only be 17 because you're only 4. You'd only go 4.
I got spears.
Yeah, but he wouldn't touch the whole of your front.
Would he not? Oh, okay. I think he's 100 wide. I'm 125 wide.
What, the giant's
the giant
100 wide? Is it a big boy, is it?
100 deep. It's a chariot base, isn't it?
What, if you go into his flank, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I mean. If the giant comes forward to face off my Taurosaur or whatever.
Sure.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But I quite fancy it, and I'll move out of line of sight anyway. So that Unitosaurus is fine. I do healing waters to gain a wound on the Stidge.
Nice.
And I think I must have cast either Awaken the Beast or Swarm of Insects to get scarification on the Stitch as well. Not that that'll matter, because nothing can charge it. Over here, I do a few wounds with my shooting on the tribesman. Kill 1 tribesman, so that makes it a bit better there. And in his turn, he moves his giants up, basically. Doesn't give the Saurian core a flank charge on the giants. He's gone too far forward, basically just run all the way, which is fine. And the other giant chaffs my Temple Guard. Right on the edge, which is sensible, which means his bruisers can now turn back towards the centre. Like so. Over here, the bombardiers just move forward a little bit because they're quick to fire, so they can move in range of the Ramphidons and shoot them again.
Yep.
And he hard wheels his tribesmen again to go back towards the action. They've had enough of dancing with the Ramphidons by the looks of it. What it does mean is he's given me a flank on the tribesmen. And I actually don't mind the idea of 2 ramps in the flank against 2 ogres.
Yeah.
Because I think I might be able to do 6 wounds to them on the charge.
Sure.
And that would mean only 1 ogre with 9 fists, 4 attacks comes back at me.
Yeah.
And with a 3-up armor save, that minus res wouldn't be on them anymore, hopefully, if I charged him. So I'm not sure he cast it. He hasn't cast it yet in his current turn.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I quite fancy the flank charge. If I can survive the bombardier shots, that is. So there's that. He does a wound with some shooting on the Stidge again. So easy come, easy go with the healing waters. And kills a Temple Guard with more shooting. I think that would be the Khan shooting his Viper's Curse.
Sure,
pistol.
yeah.
And he does a wound to the Taurosaur as well with some bombardiers. But, eventually you're going to get a 6 to wound and not pass your Aegis save. Or 5-up, 5-up in the case of the Taurosaur. He gets the +1... I think it's +1 strength on the giant. I think. Yeah. Can't remember which it was. Oh, no, he's got the piece of paper with res, actually. So that makes the giant res 6.
Yeah.
Cool. But I have got healing waters on the Temple Guard, which was what healed the Stitch. Charge into here. Didn't even bother with a frenzy test. I was going for that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Get an overrun as well, potentially?
Yeah, exactly. There is an overrun into the bombardiers behind. And I saw this. Taurosaur charge is only a 9 into the small bombardiers.
Ooh.
It was actually I think it was a 9 into the big bombardiers as well. But yeah, I kind of felt that it was better not to go too near the Merc Vets. So, if I can get a 9, if I fail a charge, it's better to be nearer to the 3 unit and just pivot.
Yeah.
Than it is to move towards the 5 unit and stay in Merc Vet range.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, I need a 9 on that, so I go for that and try it. He passes his... there is no terror test. He's immune to... Actually, he shouldn't have been immune to terror, should he? They're immune to fear. They're not immune... I don't know. Anyway, whatever.
I think they are. If they're immune to effects of fear, I think they'd take terror. Terror would be like a fear thing for them, wouldn't it?
Well, not so, because my Saurian warriors cause fear, and they still take terror test.
Oh, don't know then. Don't know.
At least I think that's right. I mean, clear that up in the comments if you're not sure, because
why wouldn't bombardiers take terror tests? Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't bombardiers take terror tests? It's probably because ogres are immune to the effects of terror or something. I don't know. He may have taken it and passed it, for all I remember. I've had 5 battles since then. Give me a break, Anyway, yeah, Ramphanons are in. I move up my chameleons to now focus on the bombardiers, and this salamander that was moving up the left is now also doing so in the flank. Some cover in the forest as well for the salamander. I charge the giant, even though it's res 6. It means I can only get 6 attacks with Temple Guard. So, yeah, hoping to get the giant to run, basically. I probably won't kill it. And I am attacking same time, which means he'll only have 5 attacks on me.
Yeah.
I won't kill it, though, and he will get a stomp. So I will lose a few Temple Guard, probably.
Sure.
And the counter charge, if he holds with the giant, is not ideal with the bruisers. But, you know, what else am I going to do, really? I guess I could reform and not charge the giant. But, you know, I wanted to get on with it, really. I wanted to get rid of that giant. So he could just chat me again next turn if he doesn't fancy the fight and just keep shooting me. So I move my Stidge into the flank of the giant because I don't need to fight him yet. Certainly not Stidge on giant, anyway. I must have done another wound with Swarm of Insects in the last turn. He's got 3 wounds now.
Sure.
So the giant has actually got 8 attacks. So, yeah, getting a bit nastier. And I moved this core warrior unit on the left within 6 inches of the secure target in the middle. But I quite fancied taking on the giant. If he charges me, I'm attacking first because of my agility on spears. Of course, if I don't do those 4 wounds to him, he's a very raged giant. So that is a ropey little situation there.
Well, you're strength 4 as well.
I'm strength 4, yeah, so wounded on 5s. So I'm hoping that I can do 4 wounds if he does charge me.
Sure.
Yeah, there's that. I've obviously cast something with my shamanism because I've still got scarification there. Well, maybe we'll find out in a minute. Maybe the giant's taking another wound from Swarm of Insects, not sure. Healing Waters is again on the... Oh, and no, unless I haven't started magic yet. I might not have started magic yet because, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, no, there you go. Awaken the Beast goes on the Temple Guard to increase their res to res 5.
Sure.
Now, this time.
That's good.
Yeah, so he's res 6, I'm res 5, but it means the bruisers are now only wounding me on 3s, which is important, instead of 2s.
Yeah.
Over here, the chameleons and salamander go absolutely crazy on that unit of bombardiers, do 7 wounds, which is really good going. In fact, what it was the 5 unit of chameleons did 0 poisoned attacks. The one at the top did 6 poison shots from 18 shots. I mean, that's good rolling. And the salamander just then has 1 shot and does a wound, which is all right. In this combat, a bit of an even trade, really. Didn't do as many as I wanted to kill back rank, which meant he had 2 guys attacking me and did 1 wound to a Ramphannon, which killed a Ramphannon. So not ideal in that sense. But I'm not sure how that ends up. I'll conclude that ending of that combat in a minute when I've got a picture. But the Taurosaur absolutely demolishes those bombardiers. And I overrun him over the board, off the board.
Oh, okay, cool. So a bit of safety.
So yeah, a bit of safety. I mean, if I reform, his bruisers charge me and destroy me. So if I don't overrun, I won't be able to get out of line of sight of everything charging him. It doesn't make a difference whether I overrun off the board or overrun on the board and then need a turn to turn around.
Yeah. Yeah,
so the main thing is just don't get charged by bruisers straight away.
Yeah.
Over here, I whiff on the giant attacks completely. Do 0 wounds with my 6 attacks.
Oh, I've always said Temple Guard are rubbish.
I know, tell me about it. The giant doesn't do great either with its 5 attacks, and so the 5 attacks and stomp combined only kill 3 Temple Guard. But he is wounding on 4s as well. Because of my res 5.
Yeah, I guess so.
There is that. I think he's got Iron Fist instead of a club. So I suppose it's 6 attacks instead of 5, actually. But yeah. Anyway, into his turn. We'll find out what happened on the left flank in a minute.
And does the giant stick?
The giant sticks. Yeah, I mean, I've got charge, standard, BSB, 3 ranks for 6, 0 wounds. He's got 3.
0 wounds is a killer.
-3. His general was 8, and he had a reroll, so he passed the 5 rerollable.
Yeah. So what are you hitting him on 3s, wounding him on 3s?
Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s with 6 attacks. So I was kind of hoping to get 5 or 4 or 5, and then wounding on 4s. So should have got 2.
Aren't you not written 6? Oh, he's res 6. Sorry,
he's
yeah,
res 6.
He's
Yeah.
boosted it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I should have got 2 really.
Sure.
But yeah. In his turn, he charges his giant into the spear Saurian, just like I thought he would. My only regret is I haven't actually faced the Sigisaur to help out.
No counters.
I really don't know why I did that like that. Oh, I actually, in my previous turn, I actually used my toxic breath weapon on the giant as well, and did 0 wounds.
I
know that I needed 6s to wound, but I only got 3 hits, and they all left.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So but never mind. I was just hoping to get another wound on the giant, so I could have more chance of spearing him before he attacked.
Makes sense.
So they go in. The bruisers come in against the Temple Guard. It's going to happen as soon as I don't send the giant back in.
Yeah.
He's going to get 3 ogres with 3d3 impact hits from the characters.
Yeah, it's going to hurt.
It is going to hurt. So on the left-hand side, I can talk about that a bit more now because I can see it. The Ramphadon didn't cause the tribesmen to run.
Yeah.
They were steadfast, basically.
Sure.
So they held, and that meant that I could remove the Ramphadon that would have overrun into the Bombardier. So obviously I'm not overrunning now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that. He gets flaming swords on his bruisers, which means negates my awaken the beast pretty much.
Ouch.
So now he's.
What did you dispel?
What did I dispel? No, I think he might have forced that one through in some way. Or what would I have dispelled?
Thaumaturgy to reduce your res.
Smite the Unbeliever, maybe.
Yeah.
It was one of the other. Children of Umi.
Oh right, sure.
He's got that as well. That's why he doesn't have Pyroclastic Flow at all. He's got Children of Umi. Yeah, so he's got 3 spells that do a very similar effect. He's got swords that does +1 to wound.
Yeah.
Children of Umi -1 for me to wound, and Thaumaturgy -1 res or strength.
It's solid.
That's the way to do it with ogres. The pistols wake up and do 3 wounds on the Stidge.
Ouch!
So, as it happens, the fact that I misplaced my Stidge to not be able to countercharge the giant don't really matter.
Didn't matter, mate. Didn't matter anyway.
Dead. He is dead.
Lying on the floor.
Exactly, yeah.
Blood everywhere.
This Bombardier also wakes up and does 6 shots on my Salamander and obliterates the little bugger.
Solid.
Poor little guy. I mean, he had cover in the forest as well. So,
Bombardiers, eh? Who knew?
Yeah. They literally just woke up and just killed stuff. In the space of literally 20 seconds, I've lost 2 dinosaurs.
Yeah, man. It's like 400 points, right?
Yeah, it's the first points I've lost, but they all came in 10 seconds. In the combat, though, the good thing is that Ramphadon actually just smashes apart the ogres and survives the 4 attacks back, taking only 1 wound.
How many is that?
How
many points has he got that?
How much is the 413?
Oh, baby!
Is that right? Yeah, 413 for that unit?
Rampies!
Yeah, 413. The Ramphadons are up by 75 points.
Here we go. And he's still alive.
They've given up half points, though.
Okay,
so
yeah.
There's that.
Yeah.
But he is still alive at the moment, yeah. Do I run him down?
It's unlikely you killed him. So
no, I didn't kill them.
So you definitely won combat. And
I think they got away. No, I might have. No,
surely not.
No, I ran him down. Yeah, they're not there. So into combat over here doesn't go badly for me at all, which is great. I only lose 4 Temple Guard
in the whole of combat.
In the whole of the combat.
What?
I know. I diced the shizzle out of Winter.
Insane.
And actually, Matt Pell and Fred were overwatching at this point because they'd finished their battles earlier. And they're Winter's mate. And I was dicing Winter at this point. Heavy. like properly heavy.
Sick.
I was passing every 5-up armor. I was rolling 5s and 6s.
Yeah.
Mainly on armor. It was the defensive side I was dicing on. But I was also doing some wounds back to him as well.
Yeah. Did you do 6?
I killed 2 bruisers for 6 wounds. I don't think I didn't try to wound the giant because he was attacking. Actually, he was attacking before me, but I didn't try to wound the giant because I needed to kill bruisers.
I guess you had.
I did
some
with one
attacks, but
one rank of it. Yeah, one rank of it. Tried and failed to wound the giant. But yeah, so I win, and now the giant flees. So it would have been useful if he did it the last.
How much
time,
you win by?
I did 6 wounds. He did 4, assuming the giant didn't take any.
Yeah.
He charged and has 1 rank standard and BSB.
So he's up by 2 at this point.
And then I've got BSB, standard, and 2 ranks.
So you win by 2.
Yeah.
He's not steadfast, and he passed.
Yeah, the bruisers passed.
Are they stubborn for any reason?
No. They had a rerollable 6, and they passed.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know it's close. I mean, absolutely. If they both run it, it's game, isn't it? All 3 of his characters are in there now.
Yeah.
You know,
that's huge. That's huge.
So yeah, if he fails that 6, I hadn't really thought about that actually. Yeah, it was quite. Yeah, he rolled below average.
Dicey.
He did have a re-roll. I don't think he needed it.
6 though, you know.
Oh yeah.
Anything could happen with the 6.
Yeah. No, you're right. And yeah, the giant flees, and it's going into my turn next. So the ramp gone. Then him back in. Over here, I do 2 wounds to the giant to rage him up our maximum. But it don't matter because he only kills 2 Saurians. I diced.
Oh mate, what phase?
6s on the armor.
What phase?
Yeah, I mean, how can a giant with literally he was attacking after me, so he had 11 attacks and a stomp. How the hell does he only do 2 wounds when I only have a 6-up armor save? But yeah, either way. In my turn, the Ramphadon goes like really far in pursuing the giant who runs off the board.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, do you give the points to the Ramphadon?
Well, Temple Guard didn't kill it, did they?
No, they didn't. They didn't do any wounds.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Ramphadon.
So
big
rack
time.
that one up for the Ramphadon again.
Ting!
Exactly. So there's that. That's good. The chameleons move up to bully this guy.
Yep.
Of course. Meanwhile, over here, he's actually turned his frost mammoth behind his merkbats to face the Taurosaur when it comes back.
Ooh.
Leaving me the objective over here, which is, I think, very nice. And his merkbats are very much facing inwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blowpipe. No more bombardier.
Cool. You brought your other salamander over.
Yes. Yeah, he was just flapping in the wind at that point.
Mm.
I didn't want to move him close to the merkbats to get shot at. So.
Yeah.
These guys see off the giant, only take 2 wounds back.
I suppose,
he's attacking before me now, but he has got 11 attacks. So it's still only doing 2.
Mate, so 22 attacks plus a stomp did 4 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm proud of you.
A lot of them were 6-up armor saves. I'm not going to lie. I am not going to lie.
The new lucky 6s is in town.
You'd think that. Yeah. But can you see a big mistake on my part? It's in this picture.
In this picture, you have moved your Taurosaur up.
Mm-hmm. You're in the right direction.
And he's too close to the dice. And what happens is when Winter goes for the dice, he knocks your Taurosaur over onto the floor. Bang! Haven't got him for the rest of the tournament. Unlucky.
That would have been devastating. But no, that didn't happen.
Oh,
but it is the Taurosaur. You're in the right area. What is my horrible mistake?
He's too close to the mammoth.
No.
What then? Put us out of our misery.
I'll leave it for a few more pictures then.
No.
This is the next combat, and man, did I lose a lot of Temple Guard this time round. I know. Tell me about it. This is my turn.
So he's moved up to get a few more attacks, but hasn't got impacts anymore.
No impact hits, and he fucking canes me.
Wow.
I even have healing waters at this point. I am only res 4 though, so he's wounding on 2s.
Twos instead of threes, but you've got 4 up. So I reckon that's better maths. 5 up.
So it's not 5 up. It's worse than that. He's strength 6, AP 3. So I have got a 6 up armor save. And healing waters doesn't matter whatsoever because he's got flaming swords.
Oh no!
So I've literally just got a 6 up, and I do not dice the 6s on this one.
Oh, so on this turn he got flaming swords as opposed to one of the children of Umi or something again. So
yeah.
Oh,
no,
man.
this is my turn. So swords is still up from last time.
Oh right, okay.
But I'm not res 5 anymore.
So you put healing waters on him?
I did because I've healed a wound on the torso.
Okay.
That was why I wanted healing waters on.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I knew that healing waters wasn't massively effective in terms of but I couldn't. Yeah. And plus, next turn he might not cast flaming swords, and then I will have healing waters.
Yeah.
So. I'm bodyguard though, so obviously I am sticking with the temple guard, which is something at least. Yeah. This core Saurian in the middle is just holding the objective with the temple guard.
Yep.
So happy about that, and that shows you just what position he's got with the frost mammoth, which obviously I am sitting there with the Taurosaur. But my mistake with that will be decided in a minute. So in the next magic phase, what does he cast?
Smite on strength.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Or
not sure why
stench. They smell
He-
now?
Basically, I stopped flaming swords.
Yeah.
So whatever he gets... Oh, it's Umi. It says Umi. That's what it says.
Umi?
He gets Umi. So I'm -1 to wound. But I haven't got a lot of attacks, so I'm figuring I need to just survive now.
Okay.
And I can't let him have flaming swords.
Yeah, flaming swords is the thing.
You know. Exactly.
So healing waters is a 5 up though, isn't it? A 5 up page.
Now it's a 5 up fortitude.
5 up fortitude, yeah. Sorry,
yeah.
Cool.
His bombardier unit snipes my Ramphadon.
Only had 1 wound left though, right?
I only had 1 wound left, and I charged the giant a long way. I rolled an 11 on my charge to take the giant off the table. So it wasn't my mistake that he was within 24 inches. It was just a charge that went too far, really.
Okay.
Ideally, I would have charged the giant. The giant fled off the table. My Ramphadon only went 2 inches forward or something like that. But actually went 11 inches forward, which was exactly within 24 inches of his bombardiers.
Fair.
Dang. So Ramphadon points are gone. So we'll see how that works out. His Merc Vets shoot into the Taurosaur, do a wound. That's fine. And we go into the next turn.
Oh, this is getting dicey.
This is the end of his turn, isn't it? Yeah.
Combat coatl now.
Exactly, yeah. I lose 3 because flaming swords isn't on. But I actually do a fair amount of wounds to him this time. I think it's either a draw or very close, and we both stick. So it's not decisive in any way.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, the healing waters is definitely helping. But now I've got it instead of not having it. And yeah, considering he had Umi on him, I was now wounding on 3s instead of 2s.
Yeah.
So.
No, fair play.
Yeah. Going into my turn is where we realise the mistake, and this is actually the second mistake, because the first mistake is when I moved my Taurosaur back on, I could have been facing the bruisers.
Right.
Which means at this point, I would have a choice to charge the bruisers, which is way better than my second mistake, which is charging the bombardiers, who get a stand and shoot and do 2 wounds to my Taurosaur.
Can they stand and shoot now as well? I thought they were on...
reload.
Reload.
It's a good question, actually. Maybe they're not reload anymore.
Oh, if they're not reload anymore, oh my goodness.
I might look at that right now, because I thought they were reload, actually, but it certainly didn't get discussed at the tournament itself. Like, when it happened, obviously.
Oh, yeah, I thought bombardiers couldn't stand and shoot. But that might have been like a long time ago, to be fair.
Yeah, they might have changed since then.
Oh, stand and shoot.
No, there's no reload.
That's
so, yeah,
brutal.
Yeah. And yeah, he does 2 wounds to me. So declaring the charge, I had 5 wounds on me. 5 HP.
Yeah.
Going in, I've now only got 3 HP. I declared this charge because I wanted the points for the Bombardiers, and I thought my 5 wound Taurosaur had a chance of surviving against the Merkbet counter charge.
But when he got 2 on the stand and shoot.
But when he got 2 on the stand and shoot from the Bombardiers, I'm now thinking that's actually quite ropey.
Is this your 6?
No, this is... I think it's my 5.
Might have been a bit ropey anyway then. If
Yeah. It was ropey anyway.
For him to survive. So
I wanted the Bombardier points.
Yeah.
And the Bombardiers were worth like 400 points or something. Yeah. So that's almost as much as the Taurosaur. So
get 7 for him than nothing.
But I was kind of kicking myself for not facing the Taurosaur towards the back of the bruisers anyway, because that would have been easily the best choice. Over here, this objective looks like it's mine, which is good. So, can't argue with that.
Yeah, happy days.
And this objective, I'm still looking fairly strong because I've got 2 scoring units there. He's just got his bruisers who probably aren't in range of it. If my Temple Guard can hang on.
So you got what, 4 rounds of combat, potentially?
I think so, yeah.
Ooh.
He's got 3 characters and 2 bruisers, though. Yeah, I only need to kill the bruisers to make him not scoring.
You need to kill 4 to kill you.
I know.
So,
but it doesn't matter if my Temple Guard go down for the scoring side of things.
Yeah.
So I've got my other unit behind me.
Yeah.
But
yeah, objective-wise, I get it.
Objective-wise.
I get it.
Chameleons are just having a bath. As they can.
Yeah, cool. Save their points.
Exactly. Over here, I get Glory of Gold and Alchemical Fire, so my Taurosaur can make sure he's wounding on 2s, rerollable, for the impact hits. So I'm not getting stomps anywhere, obviously, because ogres don't be stomped.
Yeah.
And also, I'm thinking in advance. I possibly should have put Alchemical Fire on the Merkbets.
Sure, yeah.
Like foresighting that I would go through the Bombardiers. So I've already killed 3 Bombardiers on the charge with the Taurosaur.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure I didn't stick. Actually, to be fair, if I'd had have stuck on the Bombardiers, the Merkbets can't charge me. So, maybe sticking might not have been terrible. But,
yeah, sure.
I do send the Bombardiers running, but they get away. They don't do any wounds to me, which is good.
Yeah.
I do impact the Merkbets, but the Bombardiers have got away.
Are the Merkbets fearless?
No, they pass their panic.
Okay.
The BSB in the Bruiser has got Cult Leader, so 18-inch reroll range.
Oh, okay.
And the Merkbets are 8 discipline.
Yeah, no, that's
General's only 8 discipline.
Could have been that.
It could have happened. He could have failed it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, absolutely right. And then the centre crumbles like you would not believe. And Temple Guard all go down. The last 4. I suppose it was coming. I did dice him hard with a lot of earlier armor saves. So the Temple Guard survived longer than they probably should have done. I did manage to get him down to just 1 bruiser. So this is literally... Oh, no, sorry. In my last hurrah for the Temple Guard, I kill his general, his shaman.
Oh, right, great.
I decided that... why did I go... I should have gone off bruisers, man. That was silly. But yeah. I decided to actually kill the general because he's unarmored. So I'm actually hitting on 3s. No, hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s.
Sure.
Maybe even 3s. And wounding on 2s, and he's got no armor. So I decided to guarantee victory points by killing the general. Maybe I should have just kept on killing bruisers. But it's swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Especially,
or maybe gone for his general earlier.
Yes, maybe. Because I actually was taking away Liger's tongue. So maybe I should have definitely done it earlier.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He's got no armor at all?
No armor at all, no.
Like, not light armor or nothing like that?
No. My issue was I didn't want to do it earlier because there were so many bruiser attacks.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
If I kill the general, he's got I don't know what it is.
Because you're going to be stubborn the first round regardless, right? So.
Well, I'm bodyguard always.
Bodyguard, that's what I mean. Yeah. So. Maybe. Yeah.
So questions there. Should I kill the general earlier? Probably yes in a grind, but I've killed him now.
Yeah.
I mean, these Saurian warriors will have 2 attacks each. But they are now clinging onto that objective, and he's got 2 bruisers left.
Sure.
He gets flaming swords on them, which obviously doesn't matter for my healing water side of thing. but it does give him +1 to wound. So, and he goes mental.
Impact hits, I bet.
Yeah, impact hits and killing me. I do attack first, but I managed to do kill one bruiser, but not the other one. So goal. And over here, his Smirk Vets completely flattened the Taurosaur, which was always going to happen. Really, always going to happen. They're strength 5. I'm only res 6.
Yeah.
He's AP 2, so I'd only have a 5 up armor save. It's easy enough for Merc Vets to hit on 3s and do 3 wounds.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, I didn't do a lot with my impact hits. I think only 1 or 2 wounds. So he had all 6 of his Merc Vets attacking me. Or is there one Merc Vet
One's
dead?
missing, yeah.
One's dead,
missing,
yeah.
But
still.
You did. Doesn't matter.
There's that. He does have 1 turn remaining. So he turns his Merc Vets towards these guys. Maybe he can cause me a real problem by doing a long rerollable charge.
Sure.
So there's that. And I'll talk about the other flank in a minute. He, in his last turn, because the Saurian's stuck somehow, he eliminates the last of the Saurian warriors. He actually only kills 2. The one last Saurian warrior pokes 2 wounds on the bruiser.
Okay.
Which means that bruiser has literally got 1 HP left.
Yeah.
But then he didn't run me down. Maybe he did kill the last Saurian. Yes, that's right. My last one Saurian attacked before the bruiser did.
And then he killed you.
And then the bruiser killed my Saurian. So
close.
Oh, so close. And maybe if I hadn't have killed the general in that previous last go with the Temple Guard, I would have killed the bruisers.
Yeah.
So there's so many things I coulda, woulda, shoulda, and what order I did things, etc.
Sure.
But the conclusion of that is he's got 1 bruiser with 1 HP claiming the middle objective, which means it's a draw objective.
So
because
close.
over on the other flank, he fails the long charge with his Merc Vets.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. He needed like an 11 or something, but it was rerollable. And over here, he also rallies his Bombardiers.
Oh no!
With 4 HP left, which means I don't get half points for them. So that Taurosaur charge was completely me delivering a Taurosaur, basically.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I think I brought on my own 6-14 loss here.
Sure, okay.
Because some decisions I made them for the right reasons, but they all turned out bad.
Yeah.
But I can't complain with the result because I had most of the luck in terms of the dice.
Yeah.
I was rolling some really good 5s and 6s.
You just get one more roll.
Only one more roll. Yeah.
One more wound, and then it goes to a 9.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, well played to Winter. We do draw the objective, but it is 14-6. I've lost my Quattle and my Temple Guard. That's the main points factor, and the Taurosaur and the Stidge. So, and the core Saurians and the Salamander. There you go. So it's a fair chunk. Yeah. It's a lot of my army basically. I did kill a fair amount of his. I got half points for the bruisers, but getting 0 points for the other big Bombardier unit is a bit rough. Got both his giants, but yeah, there's that. So, not a great start for me in terms of result. I enjoyed the battle with Winter. He's a good lad. And having Matt Pell and Fred over here cheering him on was hilarious because they're all in the same gaming group. And so it was very much me versus them 3 at one point. They weren't interfering with the decisions or anything. They weren't cheating. Banner, it wasn't literally them 3 versus me. Winter was making all his own decisions, so I got no argument at all. I'm only having a laugh. But yeah, it did feel like every time I rolled well, they were like, "Ugh," and then every time he rolled well, it was like, "Yes, go Winter."
Getting the old crowd going. We like it.
Yeah, and it was actually on table 1 as well, which was purely random. I'd been drawn on table 1, so yeah. But no, it's 6 is not terrible for the first game.
Yeah.
It could be worse.
It's not a 20.
It's not a 20.
Not a 20.
So yeah, roll into round 2, where I will be facing ID Joe Parmenter, friend of the channel.
Yeah.
He's had plenty of battles on the channel now. So yeah, looking forward to round 2. Here I come. And yeah, just a few decisions that I think I made that were a little bit on the wrong side, as it turned out.
Sure, but that's what Game Board's for, right? Getting those.
Exactly. Another day, I charge the Taurosaurs into the Bombardiers. I kill them all. I get their points. I hold my points against the Merkbets. Unlikely. Or I don't make the silly mistake of not facing the bruisers.
Sure,
and I charge the rear of the bruisers.
And you definitely get the bruisers then.
And I win the objective, get the bruisers, don't lose my Temple Guard. That is just so the better play. Taurosaur should be facing the bruisers.
In that case, you might keep your Temple Guard, Coatl, and the other scoring unit in core.
Yeah, and then he has to do something with his remaining Bombardiers and Merkbets. It's definitely the right call. The Taurosaur should have been facing the bruisers. Or I should have just faced both. I could have easily just had both of them in my
options. Right.
And I just took away my option by facing the Bombardiers. So
yeah, cool.
But anyway, I will learn from that, maybe.
Yeah.
And roll into round 2 for me. Up next will be your round 1. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, we get a crack in with my VC. Which you've seen only a few times actually recently, but against Jordan, Mr. Jordan Blade, and the sexy man himself. So very excited for that. And raring to go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Like, share, subscribe, and tell us what you're thinking about tech and etc.
Man.
Let's do it. See you for the next one.
See you later.